Hello, this is Cresso, and I'm here for my sixth part on the Human Journal. I'm going to talk a little bit, somewhat similar to my other parts. I have to emphasize how the mind works, so it may look like I'm repeating some of the things I said in my previous clips. The meat of this topic is going to be about time. Time and basically, just how we feel about ourselves. And again, everything that goes on in life is suggested ideas. Everything. And also, like I said before, this dimension is based on the physical and mental. But the one thing that has the most dominant is spiritual. Okay, just want to emphasize that. Okay, the physical and mental are like the forefront. They may seem like it's powerful. To your own head, it may seem like it's impossible, it's dominant, and everything is just black and white, and there's no hope or nothing can change. But actuality, everything is changeable, because spiritually, basically, that's what holds everything together in life. It's consciousness. Consciousness is all about spiritual. But yeah, physical and mental, everything, all those things exist. So I'm going to go on. I'm going to talk about. I've been driving and been inspired to talk about time. I'm going to talk about how a good number of people, how they drive, and it's a habit. It's a habit what we choose, how we go about things. Okay? So I'm going to basically talk about how we basically put ourselves basically on a clock. To me, it goes like this. If you put it out there that you don't have enough time for yourself or anything else, right? This is what you basically created. You shape your mind into this. So how it goes is that the mind is going to suggest things that support the belief systems that you already have about yourself, about your whole life. So you're going to align yourself with a job, okay? A job that's very demanding, right? That you have no time for yourself, right? It's going to align yourself with certain relationships with certain people. Everything. You're basically going to set yourself up into traffic, okay? A lot of you probably heard about this law of attraction. This is true. Some of you might think this is some new age mumbo jumbo. Well, not really. You see, law of attraction, the idea, okay, this has been going on for, there's actually no date. It's just how life is. It's funny how people call things out. New age stuff. Before I go on, I just want to say this. For those that really say things new age and they kind of look down on certain ideas that seem so ridiculous, because you're very comfortable in the box that you put yourself into. You're going to rely basically what your head tells you. You're basically putting yourself in, I like to call this the sandbox. Yeah, you're in a nice slumber. So when you hear someone like myself discuss the thing that's outside the grid, outside the norm, you probably will call it new age stuff. I will admit, I felt a little annoyed when I used to hear stuff like that. I felt like people are just so one-track minded. They're just not open. But then I realized to myself, it's a choice that we all make. It's an experience. It's an experience for you to be open. It's an experience to put yourself in a sandbox. But the idea of law of attraction is just how life works, whether you agree or not. Okay? So anyway, to go back to this topic, we put ourselves under a clock. We're under a lot of pressure. Okay? There's some people glide from one lane to another lane, doing kinds of stuff just to get ahead, right? You're going to emphasize that you put a clock in yourself. You don't have enough time. And also this backs up with fear, because you see, because of the belief system and everything you align yourself up with, see, if you're late for something, wherever you're going, okay, you see, because we condition our mind based on a certain belief system we have, your mind is going to suggest things like this. You're considered a failure. People are going to be disappointed in you. You're going to lose your job. Your family's going to be upset at you. All those things, everything is going to throw at. Your mind is going to suggest those things. And at the same time, I told you in my other previous journal clip that the mind produces thought forms. Okay? Thought forms create reality. But because we condition our mind to be in such a way, those thought forms are going to create a situation, a reality. I call them phantoms. You know, a particular reality that you really, basically, your mind is basically creating. Again, the thought forms. So you're going to basically find yourself in a reality that you don't like. And that's the thing. That's the kicker, you know. And we think that you think it's a coincidence that you find yourself in a situation that you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I can't believe my life is a mess. But it goes back. It goes back. We create stuff. We basically doing it to ourselves. Every single one of us is in control of our own destiny. But our upbringing is going to suggest that no, you're not in control of your destiny. Your head is going to suggest that to you. Your religion faith is going to suggest that to you. They're going to suggest that you have no control. So you're going to constantly find yourself again, reinforce that little sandbox and say, so yeah, I have no control. Yeah, it's my fault. Or, these things happen by chance or coincidence, and I'm not doing anything. I'm just, there's something outside of me that's dictating my life, so it's not fair. So you're going around this victim mentality that it's not fair. It's not fair that I'm stuck behind traffic. I'm late for my 6 o'clock meeting or wherever you need to go. So you think that you think there's a force out there. You created that. So your phantom help you out. Those thought forms, excuse me, those thought forms basically are your helper. They can create things that you like. They can create things that's going to basically not going to benefit you. So yeah, the thought forms are your helper. I'm kind of going deeper as I can. So yeah, it's going to help you out. It's going to help you out based on the belief systems that you have. So you're always on the clock, right? You're late. Your life is disorganized. And then, not everybody, there's a lot of good drivers out there, okay? I don't really hear that a lot, but there's a lot of good drivers out there. There's some people drive in a certain way. Some people, sometimes I kind of joke about it, some people drive like James Bond. All right, very confident, okay? But the energy behind it, see, what's the energy behind it when you drive in a certain way, right? You're basically creating a situation that you're basically going to find yourself in an accident. Okay? You see, I told you that the mind is like a device. It's magnetic. You're going to basically attract stuff. You're going to attract stuff that basically you're not going to be happy about. That's the thing. There's nothing outside of you that's doing this. Your mind is doing this. You're creating stuff. Okay? And so yeah, you find yourself in an accident, and then you're delayed further. This is how it works. I see this, and I ask myself sometimes, like, when people are going to learn? It's like a pattern. I said this on my first clip, my first human journal clip, that everything in life to me is like patterns. That's all it is. It's patterns. And everything else, again, is patterns, and it's a lot of programs. I call it like that too. It's like program, and we pick which program that's suitable for you. Okay, that's how it is. This life is truly like the Matrix too. So I just want to give a little kudos to the movie The Matrix, because it has a lot of truth in that movie. But yeah, this is the thing, we basically find ourselves in a situation again that we're not happy. So yeah, we put a clock. Okay, I'm going to say this too to everybody. I'm going to add this too about the whole thing with time. We're rushing to get to places because your mind is telling you, uh-oh, hurry up, you're running late. So yeah, you know what? The thing is, everybody, you become a slave. You become a slave to time. That's all it is. That clock, that 60 seconds, you're a slave. That's what it is. You basically are a slave. And that's the thing. A lot of us, we know what we're doing. You know, and it's like there's no secret. You know, we attract things. We attract things that we're not going to like. And that's the whole thing about life, you know. We could attract something that's going to benefit us, or thing that's going to serve us, or we're going to attract things that's not going to serve us. But everything is all suggested, how things work. And I wanted to say this too. I want to add, you know, fear. Fear goes hand in hand with all this. You're afraid. You're anxious. You got to get to places. It's not just about driving. I noticed that about different things, what people do and how they are with themselves and with each other. And yeah, it's just amazing how everything works. And a lot of us, we play this game like you know, that you're not causing this, or you're not creating this stuff. So yeah, you're walking around pretending to act like you're clueless. But you create things every moment. It doesn't matter what it is. You know? I'm going to express too about how you could basically have time work for you. Okay? Not the other way around. Remember, I told you in my previous journal that the human mind can't see far. There's a limit to it. It thinks. It can only think what lies ahead. But again, there's a limit to it. Okay? And that's why a lot of people, like I said in my previous clip, a lot of people go into panic mode. You feel overwhelmed and blah, blah, blah. And that's just how it works. Because again, I'm emphasizing it, so I'm going to repeat things. The human mind, there's a certain limit what the human mind can see. You know? So to go with the driving, time and everything. And also, you know, I was talking about fear. Another thing that goes hand in hand is these billboards that you see there. 1-800-GOT-HIT. So yeah, these lawyers that you see advertise and everything's subliminal. Look at the keywords and everything. There's no conspiracy. There's nothing outside of you that's doing this. We created all this stuff, everybody. And all these things is just for an experience. So you got a lawyer that basically amps people up. It's suggested, okay? You don't have to be amped up, okay? So let's just say some of you watch TV around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You got these lawyers every single day of the week. You watching a program. Let's just say you're watching The Jeffersons, or you're watching Three's Company, whatever TV program you watch. And daggone it, every single commercial, when there's a commercial break, there's these lawyers. These lawyer commercial comes in. If you got hit with a truck, if you got hit with this car, if you know, get what you deserve, and all those things. It's just everything amps you up. I used to see this. I used to feel annoyed about this. I'm like, damn, I can't stand these commercials. But all these things are suggested. It's like you see these commercials that you see on TV. It's a partnership with your mind. You understand, everybody? I said this in my other clip that, and in this journal clip, it's kind of a recap from all the stuff that I say too. You see, the mind is like an infomercial. Okay, it's just going to suggest things to you. It's going to suggest things to you how you're supposed to feel. Okay, so that's just how these billboards and these commercials that you see on TV. So yeah, we get amped up, we get sucked into the subliminal message, okay? And we adapted that into, for example, we have, we become a slave to the clock, to that 60 seconds. You become a slave to that, so those things kind of go hand in hand. So you got that in the back of your mind, right? And you're edged up, you feel edged up, You're angry with traffic, right? And then you attract things. And then you got somebody that's kind of like kind of driving right next to you, really, really close. And then you feel like, then you have the commercial in the back of your head, and then you start to create other situations. So your mind will go like this. The mindset to the thought forms, hey, he or she is thinking this. Remember the commercial we was thinking about the other day? Yeah. Create this reality that he or she's gonna get hit, and you were able to call that lawyer, right? And that's just how it works. Secretly, not secretly, but let's just say deep down in your mind, that's how it works. The mind picks up things like boom, it picks it up. It picks up. It hears everything. That's because we conditioned our mind to be that way. So it's gonna pick up the negative situations. So yeah, it's gonna remember that you watch that lawyer commercial every single day. Even though I'm saying this, you see everybody, I say these things because you see, I'm not just getting you to think with your head. A lot of stuff that I say, and even for myself, I'm saying this to get into your heart because your consciousness. You see, I'm kind of doing the same thing what the subliminal these commercials do. You know, everything that I say, all my clips are also suggested ideas too. You don't have to listen to my clip. You don't have to listen to anything what I have to say. It's a choice that you make. The thing is, I'm using the same method as these commercials do, even though we all created this in spirit. So I'm basically throwing subliminal messages to you, okay? Because I'm trying to get to your heart, because your consciousness, okay? I am confident, and I believe, and I envision this right now, that you are evolved, and that you look into yourself and you unlock the power that's in you, in a sense that, in such a way that you will know fully, without any doubt, that you're in complete control, and that you are consciousness. And there's nothing outside of you, there's no coincidence, okay? You're in full command. So I'm saying all these things, again, not for you to think in your head, really. Is for you. I'm just saying this to get into your heart. I'm saying all these things because I take on some of these ideas. You know, I create situations too. Sometimes I find myself creating situations because of a past situation. So my mind will pick that up, and then I get all worked up. Here's the thing too, everybody. You know, when you get worked up, here's a test. If you're not sure of yourself, if you're not sure if you're worked up, just feel your stomach. If you feel tense in your stomach, right away you're tensed up. You're not relaxed. When your belly is loose, when your stomach is loose, you're relaxed. I'm saying this to you because I go through this. I had my moments before. Every now and then it comes around, but you see, because I know who I am, I'm aware that I could turn it around. My stomach will feel tight, and then I could switch it to my stomach to feel relaxed. That's it. So if you're ever in a situation, whether you're driving, walking, taking a bus, train, wherever you are, wherever you go, whether you're home or not, whatever, when your stomach feels tensed up, that is a test right there to let you know that you are stressed. But again, go into yourself, reshape your mind. I told you in my other clip that it takes work. It does take work to reprogram your mind. I know a lot of people talk about reconditioning the mind. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the only one. There's a lot of people. I'm just inspired to basically share these things. I have a bit of my style, of my approach. You know, I share things about my background, what I've been through in this world. I experienced depression. I experienced rage. Been through different stuff. But at least I could say that I'm able to turn things around. And I wanted to say this to everybody, that when you feel in a certain way, I just want to inspire you not to condemn yourself. Whatever you're going through, don't condemn yourself. That's not going to help. Your mind is conditioned because of a certain belief system. Your mind is going to say that you're a failure. I can't believe this. Look at you. People are going to think you're this and that and that and all that. And then again, the mind is like you would send thought waves, or I could just say your thought forms will create situations. Again, unusual relationships with people that change and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's to blame you because of other situation with people, for example, because people are unhappy because your time management. And I'm like, you could turn that around. You see, sometimes I have situations that basically that my time is a little off. But I've been saying that to myself that, if I'm running behind in something, I'm just not going to worry about it. In spirit, I'm saying to myself, it's going to work out. I may not see it on a surface part through the mind, but in spirit, I see that everything worked out. And it works. I just tell my mind, I'm not going to worry about anything. I'm just going to feel relaxed and do what I can. Whatever I need to work out, whether it's my time management, I'll work it out. I know I could do it. I know I could do it right now. And that's it, I just want to express these things because, we get hard on ourselves and all that. And it's like, it's not going to do you any good. You have to realize that you are the focal point. Everything that goes around you. I'm just saying this openly. You are the focal point. You're not happy at a situation. I know I'm talking a little bit off time. If you're not happy with a situation, go within yourself. Know that you could align yourself. You have to believe that you can do it, because if you're able to align yourself with a situation that you're not happy, then you can align yourself with the opposite. You just have to really look into yourself. You have to say to yourself that I am consciousness. You see, consciousness to me is a spirit. It's a spirit, but it's like you could call it a god. But you see, I'm consciousness. There's nothing separated from me. Everything in this universe connects to me. I give myself grace like as many times as I want. And that's the thing. That's the thing you have to feel for yourself. When you know that you are the focal point, and that everything works out and everything is made simple, that if you reconnect, when you reconnect with consciousness, everything is made simple for you. I guarantee that your life, everything is going to change around. But you have to do the work. You have to tell your mind that basically that you got to feed yourself good things every single moment by moment. So to go with the time, like I was just saying a moment ago, you see, when you know that you're consciousness, okay, you see, time is going to work for you. It's going to work for you. I guarantee that. You got to go in, not be afraid. Whatever you need to work out in your character, do it right now. You could be the most hard-headed person, most stubborn person. Everything is possible. Everything. Your mind is going to tell you, "Oh no, it's not going to change. There's no hope. I don't know what to do with myself." And that's what the mind will say, that because we condition our mind, all due to belief systems. So yeah, we see people do these certain things on the highway, for example, on the street. People cut people off. People driving like James Bond and stuff like that. Your head is telling you, "Oh, that's just the way thing is," and whatever. No, not really. You see, in spirit, I see all these things change. I see people much more, mature, spiritually, evolved. I'm saying that because I look at myself. So I believe in you. Whoever's listening to my club, I believe in you. Because you see, you're me and I'm you. Okay? We're all connected. There's nothing impossible. Nothing. So when you change your belief system, when you work within your mind, you could definitely change your mind. You could change your mind to a different form. It's very easy. There's no how-to difficult thing to do, and I gotta take these classes and all these things, and I go to these seminars how to work your mind. Not really. You gotta just keep it simple. I think a lot of people, everybody got their own take on doing different things, and I'm aware of it. My approach, okay, is to keep things simple. Things don't have to be hard. If you want to radically change yourself, your character, or your state of being, your mind, you got to keep it simple. Because you see, your head is telling you that it's difficult. And then you think that you have to do something difficult in order to change something. And this is what I see within humanity in a great deal. Like I tell people that I see the world abundance right now. Not years later, not for some savior to come down and suck everybody up into heaven and say, oh yeah, everything's great, we're in the promised land. No. You see, I see the world abundance right now in spirit. But your head is telling you, look at the news, look what's going on, and blah, blah, blah. And to do something differently, radically different, you think that you got to do something, again, like I just said a moment ago, you got to do something difficult, right? And then you got all these people that have these degrees and let's just say all these MDs and these medical doctors and psychiatrists and all the put together this thing that you got to do all these things, it's just all this, make a turn here and there, go this, do that, all these steps, and I'm like, you could go ahead and do all these things. You could go into a reality that you got to do something difficult in order to change your personal life and then the world too, and I'm like, everything that goes around your life and the world and everything is like, I can't look at these things and feel like, oh my gosh, we're doomed. No, I don't really take so many things serious in the sense that it's messing my vibe up. You see, my thing is that when I see stuff and I catch a glimpse on something, let's just say somebody saying that things are not fair, whatever, blah, 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 they feel like a victim. You know what I do, and I get very passionate about this, what I do is that I just flip it. I'll take whatever the person expressing themselves online, whatever, they feel frustrated, blah, blah, right? And I just like, whatever, I go on Twitter or I share to somebody, whatever, I just flip it. I'll just say the opposite. Because you see, within me spiritually, it's like, I don't know, I'm going to explain it the best I can. It's like I'm putting the power into people. Not saying that like that, but I'm just letting everybody know like this, like you are power. There's nothing outside of you that's dictating your life and all that stuff. So maybe I could just say it like this better, that I'm inspiring you to basically look within yourself, unlock the infinite wisdom within you, and that you were able to basically shift your life into a different reality, a reality that you prefer, instead of the sucky reality that you like to play yourself as a victim every time. Okay? I know I heard this from different sources that humans are a creature of habit. Okay, but you see, I want to say this, even though I always talk about humanity, but I'm going to say this, that I don't just see everybody's human. If you're going to identify yourself as human, yes, you're going to feel limited. You're going to feel like I need somebody to come and save me. Okay? Yes, you're going to feel that way. You're going to have all these sucky feelings. But, I see everybody's consciousness. You're not just human. I always talk about me, that I'm not of a human. I'm reincarnated from a different humanoid being. But I'm consciousness. It's not anything to do because I have an ET consciousness, whatever. See, consciousness is like the whole package of things. You could be whatever you want to be. You could live a sucky life or you could live a blissful life. It's your choice. So you have full control of your life. You are in control of your destiny. So there's no hard to do this and do that. No, it's just very simple. Keep things simple. But your mind is not going to like that. See, that's the thing with the ego. The ego is a structured mind. I'm throwing this at you, everybody, because I'm just letting you know that it's you doing this. Not to blame you, but you are the one that created these ideas. You created this stuff. And you created a belief system that it's hard to do certain things. And then you would justify other situations that maybe happened in the past. And then this is what you do, you combine it. So you see what I mean? Your mind is going to do that. Your mind is like saying, okay, all right. So, okay, I'm going to basically say these things to you every day. So your mind is like a shadow. It's basically following everything you're saying. So your mind is going to constantly throw the same crap, dirt, that you're throwing yourself each and every single day. So, but the good news is that instead of you throwing yourself crap or dirt, you could throw a nice cool water on yourself. See? You see how simple it is? See, but you don't have to live in a situation in a certain way. You don't have to. And this is why I tell everybody, and I'm saying this not only to you, but I'm saying it to myself. I love inspiring everybody because I'm inspiring myself, because I know who we are. We may not met physically, but I know who you are. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter your skin color. It doesn't matter. Your consciousness. So I'm saying these things to you because I believe that you have the ability right at this very moment that you'll go into yourself and unlock the ability, the infinite wisdom within yourself. But I just want to say this, keep it simple. Just keep it simple. You have to know it, you have to feel it. I told you in my other journal club, it takes work to reshape your mind into a different form, but it's possible. I'm saying it through experience now. My mind was in a certain way. I am not the same person that I was, for example, 2 years ago. I'm not. A lot of people, let's just say, there are a good number of people I lost contact. People I used to communicate a lot. I used to complain about problems every day. But let's just say I run into these people, and let's just say I have a short conversation with these people, they're not going to recognize me because they're talking to a different being. I am me, okay, but, I just shift into a different reality. I say these things, reality, because see, there's so many dimensions on Earth, for example, and Earth is not the only place with so many dimensions, but being that we're on Earth, I'm going to say that, we could shift into different realities. We could shift into tons of realities that's very similar to each one, or you could shift into an entirely different reality, all based on you, your spirit, your inner voice, which is consciousness, your heart, and you have your mind. You see, your mind also will also provide things to you. But I told you, there's a limit what the mind can do. I don't want to say the mind is evil. The mind is not evil. It's consciousness. It's a device. Your mind can work for you. It's just that you got to do the work. You got to change it up. That's it. You could do it. I see you do it already. I'm just having a pleasure of just inspiring everybody because it's a joy. It's a joy. That's the reason why I came to this world. That's one of the main reasons why I came to Earth. I could say we're all family. Not just family, but friends. I could say friends. I see a brand new world right now. I do. I see everybody knowing who they are and taking full control of their life. you are able to basically have time work for you. Sometimes, excuse me, I have my moments that I don't like time. I say to myself, I talk to a close friend of mine, and I tell her, I really don't like this clock that we created. I find myself having a problem with keeping time, time management. And I feel like it has a lot to do with my background. I observe a dimension that things work simultaneously. Like if I want to be one place to another, I could just basically teleport myself. I mean, seriously, you can believe what I'm saying or not, but I'm telling you the truth. And I have to go into myself deep, like why just seem to be a conflict with this. I'm having a conflict with time. It's because of the belief systems I have. I develop a belief system that I'm not able to, even in this dimension, that I could make time work for me. So that's why I feel sometimes I have this moment that, damn, I just can't get the places on time, not organized, and yet I am organized. I just have to make a decision. So I have my moments, but again, I'm not the same person I was, for example, 2 years ago. So, we have a choice. We have a choice to basically be a slave to the 60 seconds clock. Yeah, 60 seconds. You could be a slave to that. Or you could take the responsibility, know that you're in full control because you're consciousness. And time will work for you. Okay, you could do that. Okay. Keep it simple. I mean, you can't get any easier than that. I mean, but if you like to do the hard to figure things out and read a big fat library book in terms of how to study the human behavior, go right ahead. I mean, hey, we all do things based on experience. It's our choice. I mean, I could go in a library, get a big fat book based on human behavior. I could go to school for 2 years or 4 years to understand human behavior. But because I understand who I am and about what life really is, I could practically laugh at these schools because I can. I could go, but I'm not going to because I understand how the mind works. And yet, I don't have to go to a 4-year degree to learn about human behavior. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what you've been diagnosed emotionally. Okay? Your mind is a device. You could be the most deranged person. You could be the most psychotic individual. Okay? And yet, you could basically change the whole thing around. It's about not being afraid to go into yourself and say, I'm going to take the responsibility. This is what you're telling your mind. I'm going to take the responsibility. You're putting your foot down to yourself inside, in spirit. You're telling your mind that you're telling me I've been, and because of your belief system, that you're telling your mind that you're going to remind me how psychotic I am and all that. It's an extreme example now. And then you will take full charge and understand that you are fearless. And then you go into yourself and you talk to yourself, and that's the key, everybody. You talk to yourself. Trust yourself that if you lean on a spiritual level, on a spirit side, you could basically recondition your mind. You got to trust yourself. You got to face these things and say to yourself that I'm taking charge. I'm putting my foot down. I don't care what any other ideas suggest that I'm some crazy individual, like psychotic, whatever the case is. You go into yourself and you just do it. And that's it. This does take to be courage now, okay? This does take work on your part now, okay? That's all I'm saying. This does take work. So no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've been diagnosed mentally or by your therapist or your psychiatrist, every single person in this world, for example, you could change things like that at an instant. Why? You pretty much know what I'm going to say. Your consciousness. So I'm not saying this to you, everybody. I'm saying this to myself. So, okay, I think I covered a great deal. It's a pleasure that I could do this journal. This, I feel like I've been more personal with my journal clips so far. Uh, just know that I'm so confident that everything that I share so far, even though we haven't met physically, I know in spirit, I impacted you. We're really no different at all. Okay? Doesn't matter where I come from originally. It doesn't matter. I just want to say that, like, I'm not better than you and I'm not lower than you. So I see in spirit that I impacted you. And I feel good about it because you're me and I'm you. Okay? And that's the truth. And I feel good. I actually feel good. It's just great. It's just it's wonderful when you pass good energy to somebody. It really is. It feels so darn good. It 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 does. I just want to say this to everybody. It feels so good, and to see other people inspired and all that, it does. It does. We are power to change this world like that, and I already see it in spirit. I already see it done. I don't care what your head tells you. I don't care what my head tells me, and that's it. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because everything what I envision is real. It's happening right now. So I just want to say that, and I you know just want to thank you for listening to my clips. Um, it's a pleasure. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. That's what's been happening in my life lately. I'm very blessed. I am. I deserve every great thing in life, and so do you. So the energy that I'm passing through this audio clip, I'm passing it to you because your consciousness. I believe in you, no matter how stubborn, no matter how hard-headed you are. Okay? I don't care what your upbringing tells you. Whatever you need to do with your life, wherever you need to be, go with the feeling. Feel that you are where you want to be. And I'm talking about something great now, okay? And go with the feeling, okay? Change your belief systems about yourself. Get rid of that underdog story. That's the thing I wanted to say real quick. Just trash that underdog story. Just put it in the trash. Do yourself a favor. This underdog story, it just keeps you in the same state of mind. The world's against you. Oh my gosh, you got to come up with the odds. Give yourself a break, all right? All right, you are the favorite because you're consciousness, all right? Everything is made simple when you connect with consciousness within you. That's it. Keep things simple. All right? Okay, I will be back for my 7th part of the Human Journal. Take care.